everybody, I'm Arglefump. This is the 2022 Nancy Drew Games Mega Marathon. I'm on game number 13. Lucky number 13.
Welcome to my latest case, Last Train to Blue Moon Canyon. Dear Hannah, here I am at the railroad station along with a handful of other detectives about to board a train bound for who knows where. The only person who knows where we're going is Lori Gerard. That's the young woman who invited everyone. Actually, she didn't really invite me. She invited Frank and Joe Hardy, and they invited me. And I've always wanted to join forces with the Hardy Boys. I just hope this doesn't turn out to be another one of Lori's silly attempts to grab publicity. Some people can be a little too rich and a little too famous for their own good. Wish me luck. Love, Nancy.
Well, people, now that our little orientation tour is over, let's get started. Okay, I, again, am Lori Gerard, and the first thing I want to do is thank you all for coming. John Gray, I am so thrilled that you're taking time out from that TV show of yours to do some ghost hunting here with us. I mean, Ghost Chasers is like the best cable show ever. And Charlena Purcell, I cannot tell you how much I adore those romance novels you write. Your characters just seem so real. And all that stuff you know about the Old West, you are just awesome. And Tino Balducci, only the most famous police detective in the country. And then there's Frank and Joe Hardy. They're amateur detectives. My dad and their dad are old friends. And you must be the other amateur detective, their friend, Natalie?
Nancy Drew?
Whatever. All right, I'll bet you're wondering where we're going. Well, we're going to Copper Gorge, Colorado. Why? To solve the mystery of what happened to Jake Hurley, the man who originally owned this train. Because see, one day in 1903, this train was found in a place called Blue Moon Canyon, which was out in the middle of the Nevada desert. Only the engineer was on board, and he was dead. As for Jake Hurley, he had disappeared from the face of the earth. Oh, and two more things. Before he disappeared, Jake was rumored to have found the richest gold mine in the world. And the train he owned, this train, his wife Camille died on it while they were going to the gold fields. It was rumored to be haunted.
She's gone.
Oh my gosh.
What in the world?
Hey, what's going on?
People should never go tampering with things they don't understand.
Oh, brother.
It's okay. Everybody just stay calm. No need to panic. I'll get to the bottom of this.
Well, Nancy, you're up on all that social etiquette stuff. What are you supposed to do when your hostess vanishes into thin air?
If I don't seem concerned, it's because I'm not. Lori Gerard is a young woman whose only goal in life is to be famous. She craves attention and habitually uses her father's considerable wealth to get it.
That was an amazing opening cutscene. There's just so much to talk about. Nancy apparently did not get to sit at the table with everybody else. That's totally unfair. And Nancy wasn't actually invited. She is the +1 for the Hardy Boys. That seems kind of unfair that the Hardy Boys get a +1, but nobody else gets to invite someone. I don't know who the others would invite, though. Like, who would Charlena invite? I don't know, her publishing assistant, maybe? And then Tino, well, he brought two things. His gorgeous eyebrows. Yeah. And I don't know who John Gray would bring along with him. And maybe a ghost. Yeah, he'd bring along one of his ghost buddies. Okay, so Charlena Purcell, she was in Nancy Drew, Secret of Shadow Ranch. We got to call her, but now we actually get to meet her in person. So she writes old Western romances, and that makes it kind of weird that she's on a mystery train, but okay, it's nice to see her in person.
So you think her disappearing like that is just some kind of publicity stunt?
I just think she couldn't resist showing off in front of all of us minor celebrities. What was your name again?
Nancy Drew. You and I have actually met. Sort of. I called you not too long ago when I was at Shadow Ranch. You gave me some information about Dirk Valentine.
Ah, Nancy Drew.
You don't remember me, do you?
No.
What else do you know about Jake Hurley?
Psst, Nancy! Come here.
Excuse me for a second.
Joe! You're interrupting! I was having a cool conversation with this author lady and her crazy hair. Yeah, that's some crazy hair there.
Is this Jake and his wife?
Yes. From what I've read, Camille loved to sing and dance, even in death, apparently. Jake reportedly told people that after she died, he would sometimes see strange glowing lights outside the windows at night, bobbing gracefully alongside the train as if dancing with it. He said he found the sight very comforting. I suspect normal people would have found it terrifying.
Alright, so she sings, she dances, and Charlena writes romances. Well, let's meet the Hardy Boys. This is the first game where we actually get to meet the Hardy Boys. In all the other games, they were just phone contacts, but now we get to see them face to face. Kind of. They're just looking at the table right now. What on earth are they looking at?
Hey, Nance.
Where have you two been?
Oh, they've got books.
I followed Tino Balducci.
And I went after John Gray. He went straight to the room in the car that used to be Camille's and didn't come out again. I could hear all these weird noises coming from inside.
So what are the books they're reading? Are they both reading like the exact same book? That's kind of what it looks like. 2 copies of the same book. Okay, so yeah, they followed the 2 other guys.
Did you talk to him?
I was just about to go in, but the next thing I know, Joe's got my arm in a vice grip and is dragging me back here, babbling about how Balducci's our guy.
He found something on the floor right where Laurie was standing when the train went dark. I saw him pick it up and put it in his pocket. Then he left.
Whoa. Tino found a clue.
Did you see what it was?
When I tried to talk to him, he just kind of brushed me aside and said something snotty like, "I'm on the job here, Junior, so just go back to the playground and stay out of the way." In case you two hadn't noticed, we're not getting a lot of respect around here. Can't we at least tell Balducci that we do stuff for ATAC?
You know the rules.
ATAC?
American Teens Against Crime. We do a lot of undercover work for them.
Wonder Cop's probably never even been undercover.
Joe, let it go. What'd Charlena have to say?
She thinks Laurie is faking this whole disappearance thing.
She's not the only one.
How can you say that? You heard Laurie scream.
Anybody can scream, Joe. Especially girls whose fathers have given them acting lessons along with everything else they've ever wanted.
What about you, Nancy? What do you think?
I'm not really sure. I mean, does Laurie strike you as somebody who's had a lot of acting lessons? Because she's kind of a huge jerk to Nancy. Like, she clearly did not act like a nice person. Oh well, let's agree with Frank. Because he's the cute one.
I kind of agree with Frank.
You've got to be kidding.
Sorry, Joe. Your true love is cheeseburgers. So you can maybe go into the dining car and eat cheeseburgers. There is no dining car on this train. This is the worst train ever.
Do you think maybe one of Laurie's other guests is in on her disappearance?
It's certainly possible.
From the way she talked, it didn't sound like she knew any of them.
Maybe that's what she wanted us to think.
Or maybe that's what one of them wanted her to think.
Well, whether Laurie disappeared by force or by choice, what we've got to do now is find her.
Absolutely.
That is a confusing line of argument from Joe, but I think the idea is that, let's say, Charlena Purcell went to high school with Laurie, and Laurie's completely forgotten about it. Well, Charlena's playing it cool, pretending they don't already know each other, because she's plotting a kidnapping. I think that's what Joe is trying to say. Maybe he's confused, maybe he's just hungry right now and really needs a cheeseburger.
Has anyone talked to the engineer?
Not that I know of.
Then I'm going to head up front and tell him what's happened. Maybe he knows something we don't.
Good idea. In the meantime, we'll take another look around in here.
Great. Catch you later.
Oh yeah, Frank, he's got the blue turtleneck and the puffed out vest. It's amazing. Totally awesome. Best outfit ever. Mr. Fashion.
Engineer, what do you want?
Hello, I'm one of the passengers, and I just thought you should know that Laurie Gerard has disappeared.
So?
Did you know she was going to disappear?
Hey, all I know is I take orders from Miss Gerard, okay? Right now my orders are to get this train to Copper Gorge non-stop. And until Miss Gerard tells me otherwise, that's what I'm gonna do.
But Laurie may not even be on the train anymore.
Look, Miss Gerard may not be a rocket scientist or anything, but even she knows better than to jump off a moving train.
But...
Now, if you'll excuse me, I got me a train to run.
Alrighty, somebody asked how old the Hardy Boys are supposed to be. I think they're 18 and 19 in this incarnation, because they're both members for ATAC right now, so they are working for American teens against crime. And they both have cool motorcycles because they're spies. ATAC gave them cool motorcycles, everyone. So they have to be over 18 to have like cool motorcycles and drive across the country to solve mysteries. But they still have to be teenagers, right? Otherwise they can't be an ATAC anymore. Then they just become, I don't know, what happens when you graduate ATAC? Do you become just a boring adult against crime? Back? It doesn't sound as good.
This door goes outside. Opening it now would not be a good idea.
Let's do it, Nancy. Come on, jump outside the train. All right, Nancy can't jump outside the train.
A square and a duck.
This is a puzzle.
It looks like this thing opens up. But how?
Yeah. So why is Nancy Drew not in ATAC? She's just not interested in it. That's the official excuse they gave in one of the Hardy Boy Nancy Drew books. You know, Frank complains. It's like he asked Nancy to join them in ATAC, and she's like, no. I think she just didn't want to hang out with them or something. I don't know. Maybe he asked at the
Sadie
wrong
Crawford.
time or something. He really hurt her feelings. It seems like Nancy would be a great ATAC agent.
It looks like there's something behind this painting, but I can't seem to move it.
On the other hand, Nancy doesn't like going undercover, so maybe that's why she didn't want to join ATAC.
What have you got?
See you in a bit.
You better.
Nancy just likes solving mysteries under her own name. Yeah. Alrighty-dighty.
Yes?
I hope I'm not disturbing you.
You are, but I'm quite used to disturbances. You see, I'm writing my next book. I'm on a deadline, so until I write those two most wonderful of all three-letter words, the end, everywhere I go, my laptop goes, and every chance I get, I write.
What else do you know about Jake Hurley? You know, the man who originally owned this train?
Wealthy, imaginative, adventurous, stubborn, egocentric, and most importantly, he was smitten at the age of 35 by a young French woman named Camille Voulet, who died about a year after they were married.
Alright, so this is why Charlena knows everything about, I mean, this is why she was invited. She knows about the romantic story behind the guy who owned this train.
Where was he from?
East Coast, Philadelphia, I think. His parents were British aristocrats. Sometime in the 1870s, he decided to seek his fortune out west, so he had this train custom built so that he, and some years later his wife, could traverse the mountains and plains in relative comfort.
Her skirt does look like a tortilla. It's like the lower half of her body is a giant burrito. Wow, I cannot unsee that now.
Where did he meet Camille?
I don't know that. The circumstances surrounding her passing are a bit of a mystery, too. All anyone knows for sure is that years after Camille's death, he showed up in Denver with a pouch full of gold nuggets and semi-precious stones, which he used to purchase mining supplies. He refused to say how he'd come by them, which of course led to speculation that he had found a fantastically rich vein somewhere. Although to this day, its existence remains unsubstantiated, and its location quite unknown.
Why do you think Lori invited you on this trip?
No doubt because I'm such an authority on life in the Old West, and because I'm so good at using old information to unearth new information. My knack for research is, well, it's a gift.
I'll touch bases with you later.
That would be nice.
People in the chat are saying Nancy doesn't want to join ATAC because Nancy doesn't want to get paid. Which is unfortunate. Nancy should get paid. She's always broke and finding herself in need of money wherever she goes.
Pretty. Looks like some kind of gemstone.
Pretty creepy if you ask me. Is glowing green eye? Yeah. I don't think ATAC actually
This must have been
pays
the
its
sleeping car.
agents. I don't recall Frank and Joe getting paid to be an ATAC. But that makes me wonder, how much would they get paid? Do they get paid like what? $4 per mystery? I don't
Better
know.
not mess with that puppy.
And here's a game over sequence. Alrighty, probably shouldn't have done that. This is a puzzle. We can solve it here. We want to recreate the image which is on the top of this box. And what is it? You right-click to rotate these things? Let's see. I think that might be it. Like, we're saying that's the top row. This definitely bottom here. Yeah, I don't know. I seriously am wondering why Nancy Drew is not an ATAC. She would be the best secret agent. She's clearly much better at solving the mystery than the Hardy Boys. Not to say the Hardy Boys are slackers or anything. It's just Nancy's way better than they are. Probably because her name is in the title of the game, so she has to be super awesome in her own video game. That'd be weird if Nancy was in her own video game and then other detectives kept showing her up, right? Of course, she's on a train full of detectives now, so what do we do about... I don't even know how to solve this puzzle. I'm lost. Like, this should be a leaf, but that's clearly not a leaf. There? And then maybe these top two corners go back because I had them right the first time around. Got it! Woo!
Left pickaxe and lamp with buhl for safekeeping. To open what's closed, lead is the key. Or is it lead is the key?
Yeah, ATAC just doesn't want Nancy to join because she would show up all their detectives, because she'd solve all the mysteries and make them look bad. That's why they don't want her. Ah, that's actually a really good explanation. Let's go with that.
I need 4 numbers to unlock this, and there's, what, 10,000 possible combinations? Guessing could take me a while.
It could also be that Nancy refuses to join ATAC without Bess and George, because she wouldn't want to solve mysteries without her 2 best friends, and one of them doesn't want to join for whatever reason. Alrighty, so this is the one car. It belongs to our buddy here, John Gray.
Hi, you're that Nancy person. How you doing? John Gray.
It's a pleasure to meet you. I've seen your TV show.
Then I don't have to explain what I'm doing.
Yeah, you do.
Right now I'm taking time-lapse electromagnetic readings and recording background noise. This was Camille's private car. If she had something to do with Lori's disappearance, analyzing these readings may give me a clue as to Lori's whereabouts.
Are you saying that Camille's ghost kidnapped Lori?
What to most people are ghosts are actually temporary distortions in local electromagnetic fields caused by the presence of residual psychic energy generated by the person or persons who frequented that particular locale. That's my working theory, at least.
Wait, what?
That's very interesting.
It's all very scientific. But the fact is, Lori's missing, and I, for one, am doing everything in my power to find her. The vibes I'm getting make me think she could be in serious trouble.
You don't think Tino Balducci will be able to track her down?
I doubt it. In fact, I kind of feel sorry for the guy. After catching those bank robbers, he can't just be a good cop anymore. He's got to be a great cop. Tough to perform under that kind of pressure.
I like the sound in the background. It's like...
Is Lori a friend of yours?
First time I met her was when I boarded this train with all the rest of you. I knew her by reputation, of course, like everyone else who reads the tabloids. It doesn't appear that anyone aboard this train is her friend.
Maybe she planned it that way.
You mean so we'd concentrate all our efforts on finding Jake Hurley? Possible, although she really doesn't strike me as being the planning type.
Yeah, Lori doesn't seem to be able to think that far in advance.
What's your opinion of Charlena Purcell?
Charlena Purcell writes romance novels. End of comment.
Ooh, ouch.
Well, I'll catch you later.
Take care.
Alright, so he hates Charlena, doesn't think Tino can do his job. Yeah, and he's playing with ghosts. Oh, so here's a cool thing. I just found a slug.
The Little Book of Samplers.
And this is definitely for a puzzle. Yeah, That's for a puzzle. We need to know what those symbols are. These symbols for something. I think that's what we need them for. Like, we had an owl and a duck, and I think that's for that puzzle. We'll figure it out when we get to it. And people want me to play the piano, so let's do it.
Don't do that, please. Those microphones I set up over there are very sensitive. Just about took out my eardrums. You can play that thing when I'm done. I'll let you know when that is, all right?
Done
Okay.
doing what?
No, no, no. Nancy, don't even think about it.
Oh, come on!
Nancy?
He won't let me play piano because this microphone... Is that a microphone? I don't even know what that is. I don't know. It looks like... I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. That's what it looks like. Alrighty. And there's a clue here, right? Like that piece of paper, I think, is a clue.
Sickly Sarah caught a germ so new, it made one of her pretty green eyes turn blue.
Yeah. And we've got a bunch of packing peanuts. Excellent. Want to take a look at this?
Teddy Eberhardt.
This is another puzzle. So Teddy Eberhardt is the plaid doll. We're gonna have a doll puzzle. That's why we're finding things about dolls.
This looks like some sort of game. Oops.
Whoops. Okay, this is a game where you just click to jump. Haha, got it. Alrighty. Yes. I've got reflexes. I know how to flex with my reflexes. Woohoo. I've got the timing down. What? No!
Darn.
Darn it. Ow! 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 No! Oh, great. I just broke my computer. Okay. I think my computer's fine. Let's try again.
Bowed.
No, computer. Oh, come on. Okay. Trying again. Sorry about that. My computer thinks I killed the USB drive, and now I'm getting a bunch of annoying pop-ups about it.
I did it!
Yay!
Wonder what's in here.
Woo! And it's sheet music, so we can play it on the piano, except Mr. I don't want to
If
hear
I
any
had
noise.
some music, I could play a tune.
Doesn't want us to touch the piano.
Please don't. Please don't.
Just take off your headphones for a while, dude. That's not so tough.
It's locked.
Oh, that's locked. Solve that puzzle later.
Thomasina O'Neill.
That's a doll.
Looks like Camille was teaching herself how to play the piano.
It's for the piano puzzle.
Looks like some kind of
obviously.
sewing sampler. I wonder if there's a relationship between those symbols and those numbers.
Pretty sure. And there's another doll, Awful Ursula.
I wonder what's under here, and what the deal is with those weird-looking bolts.
Woohoo! Yeah, I'm actually playing this game on 2 computers. Uh-oh.
Hello?
Nancy, hi, it's me.
Hi, Bess.
And me.
Hey, George, what's up?
What's up? You're the one who's on the train with a bunch of famous people. You tell us. This is torture, Nancy. I'm dying of curiosity here. Bess, just calm down. Oh, like you're not just as curious as I am. She's the one who insisted we call you Nancy. Only because you're driving me crazy. I'm supposed to be helping her paint her room, but every other brushstroke she's like, where do you think she is now? How do you think the Hardy Boys are doing? Why do you think she hasn't called? What do you think Laurie Gerard is wearing? Oh, George, that is so not true. I could care less what Laurie Gerard is wearing. So come on, Nancy. You're on a train full of famous people bound for who knows where. So dish already, would ya? Bess, calm down. Look what you did. You got paint in my hair. I'm sorry. You know, actually that looks kind of cool. Nice try, Bess. No, really. You're just saying that because you're afraid I'll bail and you'll wind up having to paint this dump all by yourself. George, I kid you not. You should seriously think about doing some major highlights in that color.
What color is it?
Adobe beige.
Nice try, Bess.
What's going on, Nan?
All right, so they interrupted what I was going to say. No, I'm playing this game on one computer and then viewing the live stream chat on a second computer. So it's like I'm running two computers at the same time. And Laurie Gerard has totally disappeared.
Our hostess has disappeared.
What do you mean, disappeared?
I mean, the train went into a tunnel, everything went dark, and when the train came out of the tunnel, no Laurie. She just disappeared.
Publicity stunt.
My thoughts exactly.
Remember the time she was allegedly kidnapped from her Vegas hotel room? Yeah, the guy across the hall just happened to have a camera and got it all on tape. It made the evening news in practically every city in the country. And then there was her daring escape the next morning. Only it turns out she faked the whole thing. Of course, she claims her ex-boyfriend faked it to get back at her. She thought she was really being kidnapped. Like anybody believes that.
Sounds to me like somebody has been spending a lot of time reading the tabloids.
George has. Very funny. So what else is going on?
Before she disappeared, Laurie told us that the purpose of this train trip is to find out what happened to Jake Hurley, the train's original owner.
Was he murdered or something?
No one knows. He was married to a woman named Camille, but she died, and he eventually vanished while mining for gold. His train was found abandoned in Blue Moon Canyon, Nevada, with no one on board but his dead engineer.
Whoa, spooky. Have any theories?
My first order of business is to find out what happened to Laurie.
So first Hurley's wife dies, then Hurley vanishes, then the engineer dies, then Laurie vanishes. A pattern, maybe? Bess, do us all a favor and leave the detective work to Nancy, okay?
Not really a pattern. There's like a 40-year gap in between the engineer's death and Laurie's vanishment.
Has either of you been to Copper Gorge, Colorado?
Never heard of the place. Why?
Well, that's where the train I'm on is headed. Apparently Jake Hurley buried his wife Camille there after she died on the train.
She died on the train? Ew, creepy.
Jake used to see strange lights at night bobbing alongside the train and thought it was Camille dancing.
Super creepy. Yeah, I just got goosebumps. Which is hard when you're practically covered in paint.
Catch you later.
We'll be right here. Yeah, washing the paint out of our hair.
Okay, just a second. We've got, celebrity guests.
Hello. Hello.
Where are we? We're on a train.
An old scale. Strange. It seems to be built into the wall.
Train.
It's locked.
Where's locked? Want to tell people who you are?
Hi, everybody. My name is Rosie, and
Hey, Nancy, right?
You're what?
Yeah, we are Nancy.
Okay.
That's right. Nancy Drew.
Amateur detective, huh? Ever thought about becoming a real detective? You know, like me?
So he's asking her what she wants to be when she grows up. What do you want to be when you grow up, Rosie?
I wanna be.
What do you think? What do you want to be?
A vet.
A veterinarian? Take care of animals?
Yeah.
What's your favorite kind of animal?
Mine would be a snow leopard.
A snow leopard is your favorite kind of animal, so you just want to take care of snow leopards for the rest of your life?
Yeah.
Aw, what name would you give your pet snow leopard?
I would give my pet snow leopard Rose Petal.
Rose Petal would be the name of your snow leopard. Okay. All right, do you want to keep playing or do you want to do something else?
Keep playing.
Okay.
You mean become a police detective? No, I never have.
It's a great job, you know. I love it. You, heard about those bank robberies I solved, right?
Stop some bank robbers?
I don't know yet.
Not yet. Depends on the bank robbers.
Yeah.
Yes, I sure did.
Baffling case. Two-man team at 17 banks in 3 states in 5 days? FBI had no idea who the perps were. But after forcing their vehicle to a stop, confronting them, despite the fact that they were armed and giving chase, I single-handedly made the collar.
So this is Tino. What do you think about his hair?
Good.
Good hair? What about his eyebrows?
Nope.
You don't like his eyebrows. Good hair, bad eyebrows.
I heard they stalked because you accidentally rear-ended them.
You heard wrong. You see, Nancy, when somebody does something really remarkable in this country, the first thing everybody else does is try to tear them down. Reporters, late-night comedians, even some of my fellow officers, all have been spreading vicious lies about me. Why? Because they've never done anything remarkable in their sorry little lives, and they're jealous. Anyway, you should look around in here. Lots of interesting stuff. This was Jake's private car, you know.
I understand that you found something on the floor in the dining car.
Yeah, at first I thought it was an old coin, but it turned out to be some kind of slug.
Do you like slugs?
Wait, yeah.
Do you think it had anything to do with Lori's disappearance?
Nah, probably been lying there for 100 years. May have served a purpose back then, but now, worthless.
May I see it?
Sure, in fact, here, keep it. Wear it around your neck or something. That way, when people ask you where you got it, you can tell them Tino Balducci gave it to you. The Tino Balducci.
What number is on that?
3.
3. All right. What's 3 plus 3?
3 plus 3, I don't know.
Okay. What about 3 plus 2?
3 plus 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5.
Yeah, that's right. You're an ace detective.
Oh, thank you.
What else can I do for you?
Thanks for your help.
Don't mention it.
I guess we can talk to him later. What kind of stuff do we have here in this train car? What's this? Do you know what it is?
That's him and his...
Camille with Hager Anderson and Chantilly Hildegard.
That's him marrying his husband.
All right. And they had 2 dolls.
He had 2 dolls.
Sounds good. This is... What is it?
A book.
What's it about?
About diamonds. Learning about diamonds.
That's right. What kind of diamond? Which one is your favorite?
Mine would be a pink diamond.
So
Pink.
this one?
Nope.
Let's see. This
That
one?
one. Yeah.
The tourmaline. Well, it's got 2 different colors though. What are the colors?
Pink and blue.
Pink and blue. Okay, the most
White.
common color is black, it says. Some look like watermelon. This is a watermelon one. Cool. And this is the periodic table.
Looks like an old-fashioned cigar box. Wonder why it's locked. And what does AG mean?
This is a puzzle. Let's see. AG is somewhere up here, right? Silver. Yeah, it's silver.
Silver.
AG means silver.
JH. For Jake Hurley, obviously. Must be Jake's insignia.
What's this thing?
A hat.
All right. Would I look good in that hat?
Nope.
Oh,
He wasn't.
okay.
Another gemstone.
Lots of gemstones here.
Eliza Sandberger.
Boar.
Were you gonna say boring?
Yeah.
You don't care. Alright, did you want to try to solve this puzzle? We need to get all the pipes together.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll try to solve this puzzle as quickly as I possibly can. Let's see, probably something like this, maybe? This.
There, all done.
Yay, we open this door here.
Those symbols look like the ones I saw in that sampler.
Okay, which one should I put down first? 3 or 7?
7.
Alright. 7 and then 3.
That square and that duck look very familiar.
So, 7 and 3, open that door. Right over there.
Yay! We're not on the train anymore.
I think we're still on the train. We're just in another part of the train.
Okay, that makes sense.
We've got some puzzles solved here.
Some puzzles we can see here.
Yeah, that's about one of the dolls. Next, we've got fake bottom.
Looks like to make this thing, whatever it is, I'm going to need a spyglass, a pickaxe, and a lamp. Citrine, amethyst, zircon, those are all gemstones, I think.
Alright, so we need to find all those gemstones and those 3 things Nancy mentioned. So we've got to find all those items in order to work this giant machine.
All of the gemstones.
Yeah, in order to work this giant machine, and that will take us to the end game sequence. So that's going to be our last big challenge of the game.
Silver. What do all those colors have to do with silver?
Alrighty, so it said silver, right?
We have to collect all the gemstones we find on the train.
Okay. So do we want to go back and get those gemstones we saw in the earlier places?
Yeah.
Okay, we've got another slug. I think that's it. So I think there were only 2 gemstones we found.
Yeah.
Yep. What do you call that gemstone?
I'm not sure.
Wonder what Jake used this for.
On the pickaxe is missing. Darn. Oh, there's a gemstone.
That could be one of the gems I need. Maybe Tino will let me take a closer look. That could be one of the gems I need. Maybe Tino will let me take a closer look.
What's going on?
Do you think I could take a closer look at that cougar statue?
What, that cigar clipper? Go ahead, take a look.
I'll bet I need this stone to build that thing in the diagram I found. But if I remove it now, Tino will know I'm onto something. Interesting. I just wanted to get a good look at it, that's all.
What else can I do for you?
So did Nancy get the gemstone or no?
No.
No, she didn't.
So, what do you think happened to Lori?
Well, she could have been kidnapped, she could have been tossed off the train, she could be hiding from us. But I obviously won't know which until I've gathered all the facts.
So, you're gathering facts?
Of course, it may not look it because that's my style. I'm a low-key kind of guy. But hey, don't worry. I'll know the facts when I know the facts. The truth can't be rushed, you know.
Alright. Are you all done?
No.
You want to keep playing?
Let's keep looking for gems.
Thanks for your help.
Helping people's what I'm all about.
He's a helpful guy, but what is he doing? Is he investigating?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I wonder what he's investigating. Looks like he's just reading his piece of paper.
We only got 1 gem.
Second one is, it's gonna be by the... It's gonna be over here.
Somewhere.
You know what animal this is?
I think it's a goat.
Yeah. That's what it is. It's a goat.
ask them.
Ask them.
What have you got?
I found a diagram for some kind of contraption that Jake designed, but to operate it, you need his pickaxe and some kind of lamp or lantern, which it looks like he gave to somebody named Buell.
Buell? Joe, show her.
Show her what?
That old picture we found.
Okay.
We found this on the bookshelf. See? Buell's Supplies and Pawn Shop. That's gotta be the same Buell Jake gave his axe and lantern to.
Yeah, 100 years ago. And the guy was a pawnbroker, Frank. The stuff's probably long gone.
Or maybe it's still somewhere in Copper Gorge.
Well, that's where we're headed, so let's just hope for the best.
Right.
We're looking for what?
We could probably tell them we're looking for gems. Do you have any gems in your room?
Oh, okay.
Talk to you later.
You know where to find us.
The gem is here on the ceiling. It's right above them.
Perfect. Okay. We found it. They didn't have a light because their gem was... There was a gem right there, okay?
The gem was blocking their light. I just see it. There's like a hidden thing on the floor. I can never really find it. I don't think we can find it at this point. Okay, so we can find a gem in every room except room number 2.
Room number 2. What's room
Room number 3.
Let's see. Room number 3 could probably be it.
Yeah, so there are gemstones somewhere hidden.
What's up?
Well, I'll catch you later.
Take care.
See any gemstones? No. I don't see any here either. That's a piano. Piano is not a gemstone.
A piano is not a type of gemstone. Is it, Dad?
No, it isn't. Oh, wait. I think I missed a puzzle.
We should see if there are any more gemstones.
Well, I mean, we saw it said silver, which is AG. We learned silver is AG, so that piece of paper we found said silver is orange. Nope. Orange, blue, green, red, purple, and then yellow. That gives us that and opens up the box.
Wilson carbide and acetylene works.
This gives us a letter.
Always your friend, Thomas Wilson. Looks like a pattern for some kind of dance step. Maybe I'd better keep this.
This is Hurley's Whirly Burly. That's the name of the gem.
Carbide. Just what I need to make that lamp I found work.
Great. Does Nancy actually have a lamp? Does she have a lamp? I don't know. I don't remember.
Not sure.
Next room.
Yeah, next one.
Yeah, we were kind of here, but then we got distracted. Let's see.
According to that diagram I found, those 6 gemstones are supposed to go in these 6 holders. I need to find the gemstone that goes here.
What's this?
Sea star.
Sea star. Alright. See if we can name all of them. What's this?
Not sure.
Alright, so the next one.
In ear. That was an ear.
This?
A seagull beak.
Yeah, that looks like a bird to me. This?
A tentacle.
This is where a gemstone goes.
This?
Not sure.
That's a horse foot, I think. Alright, this is where map.
Wonder what's supposed to go here.
One of those maps.
Looks like I need to enter 8 letters into this thing. The question is, which 8 letters?
See if the game lets us do the solution early. It's gonna be NVRZ.
NVRZ.
TBAA. Whoa.
Jake's mine must be somewhere on this map, but where?
Not sure.
Okay. Want to talk about this puzzle?
I'm not sure what this puzzle is all about.
I think we're just pushing buttons until we get them all right. How many squares are there?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 squares.
That's right. I'm having a hard time guessing.
Then we should have not played this one.
Oh, which one should we have played?
We should play an easy puzzle.
Ah, solved it. We got it. Fantastic.
Lori?
Oh my gosh! I never thought you'd be the one to find me. No offense. Nadine?
Nancy Drew.
Well, as you can see, I wasn't really spirited away by ghosts or anything. That bookshelf in the dining car, you step on this thing in the floor in there, and it slides open. I practiced disappearing for weeks.
So, we just found the missing person. Hooray!
Yeah.
What do you think her name is?
What's your name?
Well, I know what her name. Her name is Lori. I was just asking what you think her name should be.
Rose Petal. That would be a better name.
Is that the same name as your snow leopard?
Yeah, that'd be a good name.
Do you think she has a snow leopard?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think about her hat?
That's great.
So it was just all for show?
Well, not entirely. See, here's the deal. My dad wound up with this train when he bought out Noram Shipping. They'd been storing it in this old warehouse outside St. Louis for so long that everybody had just forgotten about it. Anyway, after like mass begging on my part, Dad had the train restored to working condition and got me an engineer and track permits and all that other stuff until finally, here we are, on our way to find out what happened to Jake Hurley.
I think you were going to explain why you kidnapped yourself.
Oh, right. Well, see, I was one of the first people in like 100 years to set foot on this train, okay? Everything was just the way it was when Jake disappeared. Except I also found this. It's a letter that Jake wrote in 1901 to his niece back east. He was real paranoid about claim jumpers, which is why he never told anyone where his mine was. But he was also afraid something would happen to him and no one would ever know where it was. So he wrote this letter to his only living relative, Ruth Kensington. Here, take it.
You want me to have it? Why?
Because you found me. See, in that letter, Jake tells Ruth that everything she needs to figure out where his mine is on this train. He also warns her that his wife's spirit is on the train too, which kind of creeps me out. But the thing is, to find Jake's lost mine, we need the train.
How do you know this Ruth person didn't find the mine decades ago?
Mostly because I found that letter in the wastebasket. It was like she'd gotten so ticked off, trying to follow her nutty uncle's clues, that she finally said to heck with the whole thing.
So what do you think?
Not sure.
You're not sure. What do you think about that letter? Are you all done?
No, we should keep hunting for gemstones.
All right.
So you want me to try to figure out where the mine is?
Uh-huh. As for the other people on board, if you want to show them that letter, go ahead. It's totally up to you. We're going to Copper Gorge because that's where Jake buried Camille, so I figured his mine might be somewhere around there too. But if you think we need to go somewhere else, you just let me know and I'll have the engineer take us there.
How come you didn't try to find the mine yourself?
Maybe I did. Or maybe I just thought letting other people try to find it would be a good excuse to throw a party. I like parties.
Do you like parties? What's your favorite kind of party?
My favorite kind of party is a snow leopard party.
What is a snow leopard party?
It's where the birthday cake is a snow leopard, and everything around the room is
Okay, please don't play with the microphone.
Decorating snow leopards.
Okay.
How well do you know your guests?
Well, I don't know you or those Harvey guys at all.
Hardy. Frank and Joe Hardy.
Whatever. I didn't know John Gray before this either, but I love his show, and I figured he'd jump at the chance to investigate an honest-to-goodness haunted train, and now that someone has finally found me, I can finally go meet him for real.
What about Charlena Purcell?
I just know her from her books, which are so good. In fact, I just started reading her latest one, The Moon Tells No Lies. See, what I'd really like to do is write romance novels. Everybody who knows me says I'd be really good at it. In fact, a while back, I sent Charlena some ideas, you know, just to see what she thought.
And?
She hated them.
Do you have any ideas for romance novels?
A romance novel would be where, like, Batman would be crying for the whole book. That'd be a good one.
Batman would be crying for the whole book. How does romance play into that story?
Batman would be tooting and peeing his pants and crying all at the same
Batman
time.
would not be farting and crying and peeing his pants. That is not a good romance novel.
How well do you know Tino Balducci?
I met Tino right after he got famous for solving those robberies. Inviting him here for this was a no-brainer. I mean, what an awesome detective. And those piercing eyes of his, you just know his mind's in there going 90 miles an hour.
Bye.
You go, girl.
So who do you think is the best detective in this game?
Us.
Okay, got my dancing shoes on. Now what?
Dancing shoes. Oh, okay, so we need to do the dancing. See these dancings? Yep, so I'm just gonna move my feet around to make the dancing. Number 2. Step number 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 10. What's that?
Watermelon!
Yeah, it's another watermelon gemstone.
Wonder how you're supposed to get this open.
So that's open. The way to open it is by solving this puzzle.
Guess Camille liked to collect dolls.
What are those?
How do we collect
Which doll is your favorite?
them? My favorite doll is the girl in the blue dress. The blue dress.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's kind of got a cracked head though. Poor her. So in order to solve this doll puzzle, we do have to call Bess and George. I think we send them a picture. Yeah, no, we call Bess and George. Can we call them now? We'll just call right in front of Lori. Lori won't care, right?
Hello?
Hi, Bess.
Hey, what's going on?
I discovered this cabinet full of old dolls in the caboose.
Old dolls make my skin crawl. Whose were they?
Well, I'm assuming they belong to Jake's wife, Camille.
They could have been Jake's, you know. I mean, they never had a child of their own, right? So maybe after Camille died, he went a little bonkers. Oh, Bess. Hey, I'm just trying to think outside the box here, okay? Something it wouldn't hurt you to do from time to time, little Miss No Imagination. You know, maybe I'll just put this paintbrush down, walk out that door, and let you do this all by yourself. No! You've got to keep painting. If I don't get this done by tomorrow, I'll be grounded for a month. I was just kidding about your imagination. It's wonderful. You're wonderful. Very, very wonderful. That's more like it.
I get the definite feeling Lori Gerard has a thing for Tino Balducci.
I saw him on TV once. He is very cute.
Lori thinks he's the world's greatest detective.
And you don't?
I think he thinks he is.
I think the only reason he's famous is because he looks good on camera. Well, I think you two are being way too hard on him. Just because he's good looking doesn't mean he can't also be smart. In fact, maybe Balducci tries to look incompetent on purpose. You know, to give the bad guys a false sense of security so it's easier to catch them. Ever think of that? No, Bess, I never did. Well, there you go.
Talk to you soon.
We'll be right here.
Sorry, I realized we need to read the letter and then we can, then, after reading this
The
letter,
3rd of November, night. First you will, but to retreat, I promised.
one of those lines in the letter is about the dolls. Where was it? Is this one? So we need the name of the dancing shoes. So to get the name of the dancing shoes, we call Bess and George.
Hello?
Hi, Bess.
Hey, what's going on?
Lori gave me a letter that Jake Hurley wrote to his niece, telling her how to find his gold mine.
If Lori knows where the mine is, why doesn't she just make a beeline for it?
Because apparently Jake was too paranoid to tell his niece outright where it was. So he filled the letter with all these weird, obscure clues. I don't think Lori could make heads or tails of them. I know I barely can.
Sounds like when he lost his wife, Jake may have lost a few marbles as well.
I'll talk to you guys later.
We'll be right here.
Darn, the name of the shoes is so faded I can't tell what it is. Maybe Bess and George can help me figure out who made them.
Now we can ask Bess and George.
Hello?
Hi, Bess.
Hey, what's going on?
The name of the company that made Jake's wife's dancing shoes is too faded to read. But to find Jake's mine, I need to know what it is.
Hey, I know what you can do. Take a picture of them with your cell phone, then send it to us, and we'll check them out for you.
But I thought you guys had to paint Bess's room.
Boring. Besides, we're going to have to take a break soon because we're almost out of paint. Probably because Bess has gotten more on me than she has on the walls. Anyway, send us a picture of the shoes via cell phone and we'll get right on it.
Ah, you guys are the greatest.
I know. Need anything else?
Catch you later.
We'll be right here.
What do you think those shoes are called?
No readings.
The no reading shoes?
No readings, Lucy.
I can use this to open that grate I saw in Camille's car.
Alright, did you want to solve this
I
puzzle?
wonder if this has something to do with that list of cities Jake mentioned in his letter to Ruth.
So, where is that city Calico? Where do you think it is? No idea. Where do you think Silver City is?
Silver City might be in West City.
Okay.
Our own city. Okay.
Alrighty. So what the next city is Central City, Dodge City, Virginia City, and Tombstone.
No ideas for an anthem.
I think Central City. Do you play dodgeball in Dodge City?
Yeah.
No, I think it's Virginia City. And then Tombstone. Do you know what a tombstone is?
That's a 2.
Guess I'm done. Strange. All that's left is a jumble of letters.
Alright, Rosie, everybody in the chat is complaining. I guess you'll have to go upstairs. Say goodbye.
Goodbye.
That must be the projector Jake mentioned in his letter to Ruth.
Yep, yeppity leppity deputy. Hey everybody, it's me, I'm back. I'm on the microphone. Hopefully you can hear me when I'm not trying to shout across over to the other microphone. Okay, so I only have 3 of those things. I should have 4 of them at some point. I'm not... I'm trying to remember what it is I have to do here at this... oh yeah, Bess and George, they have the doll thingy. And I bet the doll thingy is what gives me that extra slug. So I can open up... We need 4 slugs to open... 4 slugs to open up the square and the square and the duck, right?
That tool I saw in the caboose. I bet that's what you use to unscrew these bolts.
All right, so we want to get all these bolts to face these specific directions. And we've seen a variation of this puzzle before in a lot of Nancy Drew games, where you move one thing and it moves another thing. Yeah, sorry everybody. I've got it's a headset microphone. So it's really hard for 2 people to use the exact same microphone at the exact same time. So, yeah. I said earlier I have multiple computers. This is not a computer with like an internal microphone. Got it.
More pipes to connect.
So here we want to connect all the various pipes. Let's see if we can figure this out. Let's see. I'm going to have to move it like this. Got it.
Here we go.
All right. So I think we've given Bess and George enough time. They should be able to respond to our messages. I mean, you've got to give Rosie a break. She can't have a good... I mean, you know, she's not old enough to really understand the intricacies of speaking into a headset microphone and in various
Me again.
ways and such.
Just checking to see whether you were able to find out the name of those dancing shoes yet.
Your wish is our command, but hang on to your hat. The name is a real mouthful. The shoes were made by Chaussette Chateauyan. Chausssettees. Chatoyantes. That's French for shimmering socks. Apparently, if you were into dancing in the 1870s, that was the company to get your shoes from.
Chaussette Chateauyan. Got it. Thanks, guys.
Thanks for letting us help.
I'll talk to you guys later.
Let us know what happens.
So, what we want to do is arrange the dolls so the initials spell out Chaussette Chateauyantes. So like Chantilly Hildegard, CH, and I'll just move them around. It looks like the dolls reset their original starting position because I moved them around a little bit earlier. Alrighty, let's get Teddy over here. Got it. So solving that puzzle does in fact give us a couple of slugs and this picture of whatever. I have no idea what that picture is for. But that gives us the slugs. We need the slugs. To set the microphone thingy. Not the microphone. The oh, what number was the duck? I'm already forgetting. I bet Nancy's notebooks say... Hey, we've got some underlined things. Alright, let's go back to this room and then see what the duck one was. So the square and the duck. 4 and 1. Okay, 4 and 1. That's the square and the duck. That's Ruth Kensington. That's Jake. 4 and 1. 4 and 1. Let's get it. Alright. 7, obviously. 8? No. Nope, not the 7. 3 and 1. Yeah, that's 4, but then I need the 3. No, it's gonna be 7, 3. No, that's not it. There we go. That was sort of it. Trying this again. Okay, 3 and 8. Go on 1. Then the 7. Great. Now we put the 1 and the 2 over here. Then we are going to remove the 3. And that... No, I'm going to put the 3 down. Remove the 8.
There. With any luck, I just opened the stove in the dining car.
Well, that's the puzzle. You gotta get the 4 and then the 1. Multiple solutions. I think. Still tricky. Still a tricky puzzle.
What is that?
That's a spooky ghost. Alrighty-dighty, let's, I guess, talk to Charlena here.
Yes?
I found Lori. She's in the caboose. You were right. She disappeared because she wanted to see which of us would find her first.
And you won. Congratulations.
Did you know that Lori wants to be a romance novelist?
Doesn't everyone?
Do you think she could do it?
No. Could we please talk about something a little more pleasant?
Ouch.
The others on the train, John Gray and that police detective, do you know them very well?
I don't know them at all. Needless to say, I don't watch television, so I've never even seen Mr. Gray before. Although I do know that his profession, if you can call it that, is rife with crackpots. As for Mr. Balducci, from what I've read, his success in solving those robberies was less a matter of talent and more a matter of being in the right place at precisely the right time.
Do you think he's a good investigator?
No. You and those 2 Boy Scouts you're with would make better detectives. Is that all, dear?
I'll let you get back to your writing.
Let me know if you run across anything juicy.
Alrighty.
Hey, Nancy.
What's with the Cheshire Cat grin?
You found Lori.
Yep, she's holed up in the caboose, and as a reward for finding her, she let me have this. It's a letter from Jake to his niece in which he leaves clues telling her how to find his mine. Only the clues are extremely obtuse.
You found Lori, you got the letter with all the clues. Guess you don't need us anymore.
Oh, Joe, quit pouting. Want any help?
Are you kidding? You bet I do.
Now you're talking.
It stands to reason that the only person other than Jake who had to have known the location of Jake's mine was the engineer on Jake's train.
Very true.
Not necessarily. Jake might not have told him the exact location. Maybe he just had him drop him off somewhere nearby.
Well, still, we'd be way ahead of the game if we knew where that drop-off point was.
If the engineer had any surviving relatives, we may be in luck.
The guy died more than 100 years ago. How are we supposed to find out his name?
Maybe Charlena What's-Her-Face could tell us how to go about it.
Good idea, Frank. I'll ask her. Talk to you later.
If you need anything, just let us know.
Thanks, Frank. Alrighty, so the square in the duck was here.
James Thurston.
That is the name of the engineer, James Thurston. Hooray! We solved that puzzle. That's really easy, and I think now we can find the button on the floor. Now that we know there's a secret button on the floor, we'll see if we can find it. So Lori was standing here.
So, Lori pushed that button, slid the shelves open further, squeezed through, and disappeared. Very clever.
So I presume that leads to the other side of this thing. Let's see if we can find it. Yeah, the other side of this wall. So she probably slid through this wall and then ran straight for the caboose. She probably hopped over this little shelf here. I think that's how Lori disappeared and managed to get to the caboose before anybody found her. Alternately, it's just a small hiding spot and she was just hiding there and she waited for the room to be empty. And then how did she get to the caboose without anybody noticing her? I know Charlene was probably distracted doing her writing, but... Hi, Charlene. Yes, I was talking about you.
More questions?
I should get going.
All right, then.
Oh well. Let's talk to the Hardys.
Nancy, you missed it.
Missed what?
The argument of the century.
Joe, he's exaggerating.
Aw, come on, you heard them. They were ready to tear each other to shreds.
Who?
Charlena and Lori.
All we heard was the tail end of it, and unfortunately, we really couldn't make out what they were saying.
So you don't know what they were arguing about?
No.
But whatever it was, both of them were absolutely out of their minds, livid.
And it would probably be a good idea to find out why.
Let me look into it. I'll talk to you later, okay?
You know where to find us.
Multiple people in the chat are saying, hey, do you know what? The door is right there. That would be way easier if she's trying to escape. I don't know, okay? It's not my fault Lori has terrible escape plans, alright? Alright, it's not my fault. She's just not exactly the smartest cookie in the sandwich. Okay?
Back already?
Yeah, and it's funny, it's like, when did that big argument happen? Nancy was here the whole time. She would have heard it if Charlena and Lori started screaming at each other, right?
I think I know the name of Jake Hurley's engineer. James Thurston.
Great! What else do you know about him?
Well, nothing.
Good.
Good?
Yeah, finding out more about him will give us something to do. We'll look into it.
See you later.
Sounds good.
So I guess we need to give them some time to actually look into this guy.
More questions?
What were you and Lori arguing about earlier today?
Lori and I? We weren't arguing. We were simply discussing a topic about which both of us are passionate, that's all.
You weren't angry?
No. And even if we were, that's really none of your business. I know that sounds harsh, but really, Nancy, eavesdropping is so tacky.
Actually, it was Frank and Joe Hardy who overheard you. They said I should talk to you before they gave me all the gory details, but since you obviously don't want to tell me your side of the story, I'll just have to get the scoop from them.
No, you don't have to do that. A storyline that Lori submitted to me found its way into my last book, despite the fact that she never received compensation for it. She's reading the book now, and when she got to that part, she freaked.
Okay, everybody in the live stream chat is making fun of me for saying cookie in the sandwich. I'm sorry, I misspoke. I do not actually put cookies inside my sandwich. That would probably make for a disgusting sandwich. I meant cookie in the cookie jar. How's that? And I like this. It's like, okay, so what would be the storyline that Lori came up with for the romance novel? The girl falls in love with the really hot guy with the beautiful eyebrows. Yeah, I mean, a lot of romance novels have the same ideas. What exactly was the idea? That's what I want to know. Was the idea a brand new type of cookie sandwich? Is that it? A recipe for cookie sandwiches?
You stole one of her ideas?
She had no business sending me unsolicited material. But technically, yes. Now, legally, she can't prove anything, and I'm certainly not about to admit anything. And it's not as if she needs the money. But that's what we were arguing about. For what it's worth, I'm going to talk to this producer I know to see if he'll cast Lori in his next movie. It'll help ease my conscience, and who knows? She could wind up being a star. I mean, she is blonde.
Why do you know movie producers? That doesn't make sense. Somebody mentioned ice cream sandwiches. That is not a type of cookie, I don't think. It might be a type of sandwich, though.
I'll touch bases with you later.
My publisher thanks you.
Of course, the eternal question with sandwiches is like, if a sandwich is just anything in between two slices of bread, does that mean a hot dog is a type of sandwich? I'm not going to give an answer, but I have seen so many people start yelling and fighting at it with each other because of that question.
Hey, how's it going?
I think Frank and Joe might actually be fighting over that. Are they on Team Sandwich or on Team Hot Dog?
Were you able to find anything out about Jake's engineer, that James Thurston guy?
Good news and bad news. The good news is he had a wife in Copper Gorge, so he may have had children.
The bad news is our internet service provider stopped providing before we could use our cell phones to find out anything else.
That's okay. We can do more checking when we get to Copper Gorge.
Right.
Woohoo! I consider this the unofficial halfway point of the game, is this point right here. A hot dog is a type of taco. Okay, okay. So am I the only person who's had like a hot dog sandwich where it's just 2 slices of bread and then 2 hot dogs in between and then you just eat it like a normal sandwich? Is that something that's unique to me? It might be. I'm sorry. I'm weird. I apologize.
Yes,
You startled me. Do you work here?
I do. Are you looking for someone?
Yes, Camille Hurley. She died back in the 1800s.
Ah, Camille. Beautiful crypt, wonderful view, good drainage. Whoever buried her must have loved her very much.
May I go inside it?
You may, but unfortunately you can't.
Why not?
I accidentally dropped the key down the grate that's in front of the crypt. If you can retrieve it, you can keep it. I'm having another one made. But if you do go into the crypt, just remember, you won't be alone.
That is a very, very creepy fellow, creepy guy. I feel like he had to become a crypt keeper and hang out with dead people all day long, just based on his voice. Yeah. Either that or he just likes messing with people and does a silly voice.
I need a key.
Just to scare them.
Well, there's the key. I'll never get that key at this rate. I'll never get that key at this rate.
Speaking of weird food inventions, in one of the Nancy Drew Hardy Boys super mystery books, I believe it's Joe Hardy. So he gets a hot dog and onion rings, and then he starts putting the onion rings on the hot dog, just sliding them like it's a stack thing, and then he eats the onion ring hot dog like that. I can't tell if that's genius or if that's disgusting.
Hey there! Welcome to Buell's Old Time Taffy House. Come on over here. Welcome, stranger. Listen, you by any chance get here on that private train what's parked out yonder?
As a matter of fact, yes, I did.
There's a rumor going around that Charlena Purcell's on board. Is that true?
As a matter of fact, yes, it is.
Hot dang if that don't beat all. I've read every single book that gal's ever written. Best writer whatever lived. Did she get off the train too?
I don't think so. She's pretty busy.
Charlena Purcell herself right here in Copper Gorge, breathing the same air as me. Hot dang! Well, welcome, little missy. Go on in and take a gander at what life was like during the heyday of Copper Gorge whilst you sample some of our delicious homemade saltwater taffy.
All right. This is Fatima. She runs the Copper Gorge shop, and she is a crazy prospector lady.
So this is some kind of museum?
Why, it's the best kind of museum, sister. It's free. You can gape and gawk and ooh and ah to your heart's content. Least you can till I close up.
Where'd all this stuff come from?
Been in the family for years. For centuries, in fact. See, Buell was my great-great-uncle. This building used to be his general store. During the glory days back in the 1880s, he commenced a pawnbrokering, so the miners Copper Gorge was crawling with back then could raise some cash to pay for grub and tools and such. But pretty soon, the mining boom went bust. And there was Uncle Buell, stuck with a whole store full of junk. Only it wasn't junk to him. Debris from lost lives and broken dreams is what he called it. Couldn't bring himself to get rid of it. So, he passed it on to his kin. My great-granddaddy's the one who come up with the idea of turning the place into a tourist attraction.
No offense, but it doesn't look like you're attracting that many tourists.
That's 'cause it's the off-season. Come summer, we're rolling in tourists. Mostly on account of the taffy. Tourists just love taffy. Especially when you dangle a free sample in front of them to get them hooked. Of course, it ain't really free. Some Daffy on a stick'll cost you 2 tokens, which you can get by winning both those games over there.
Are they hard?
Danged if I know. Come to think of it, I've never played them. But you're getting me off track here, missy. Fact of the matter is they're free. Unless you go messing with the artifacts I got in here. Do that and you'll be headfirst in the nearest snowdrift before you know what hit you.
I'm just noticing in the upper right-hand corner, they have the annual hot dog eating contest. Hot dog! It's a summer dog gorge.
Do you by any chance have any of Jake Hurley's things in here?
Jake who?
Hurley. He was a miner. I think he may have left a lamp and a pickaxe with your great-great-uncle.
Never heard of him. Of course, that don't mean his stuff's not here. Just means you're just gonna have to look around and see for yourself. But remember, Susie Q, don't touch.
It was fun talking to you.
Ditto, little missy.
Alright. Crazy looking character. I like her.
This looks just like the insignia I saw on the train. I'll bet this was Jake's trunk. If this was his trunk, maybe the pickaxe and lamp that I need are inside.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. So, we want to get that stuff. Let's ask for permission.
You still here?
Do you know what's in that old trunk over there?
Why? You ain't been fooling with it, have you?
Oh no, of course not. No, I just thought it might contain the lamp and pickaxe that I asked you about before.
Well, if it does, you can forget about him, 'cause it's locked. None of my kin have ever been able to figure out how to open it. Not even my cousin Alvin, and he went to junior college.
Alvin!
So it's never been opened?
Not since whoever owned it left it here.
I'd really like to see what's inside it.
Well, now, I certainly ain't gonna let you break it open if that's what you're getting at.
Oh no, I would never use force, believe me. But in order to try to get it open, I would have to, touch it.
Nope, sorry, not gonna happen, little missy. Unless...
Unless?
Tell you what, you get Charlena Purcell to come in here so's I can shake her hand, and I'll let you fiddle with that trunk till the cows come home.
Woohoo! Sounds good to me.
But Charlena is very busy. What if she won't come?
Then I guess you'll just be out of luck.
No, actually, you will be.
Now, how do you figure that?
Well, if you were to just meet her, you'd have nothing to show for it. Afterwards, she'd go her way and you go yours, and that would be it. But if you were to, say, get her autograph, well, then you'd have something to hang on the wall and brag about.
Okay. Make it so's I can meet her and get her autograph.
Oh, but the thing is, she's on a deadline, and if you take her away from her writing, she may fall behind. And if she falls behind, her publisher may pull the plug. And if her publisher pulls the plug, it could ruin her career. Do you really want to risk ruining Charlena Purcell's career?
Good heavens, of course not. All right, you just get me Charlena's autograph, and you got a deal. Just make sure she uses my name. I want it real personal-like.
You bet. And your name is?
Fatima, with an F. None of that weirdo PH stuff.
Okay, Fatima. I'll be right back.
I forgot to mention, just as soon as we entered this area to meet Fatima, the live stream passed 400 viewers, everyone. We've got 408 people watching this live stream right now. Woohoo! Yeah! Talk about live streaming. You guys came in at just the right time to watch me fail. Yeehaw! Let's go with horse number 1. Wait. Victory! Woo! One on my first try. That was pretty amazing here. Okay, let's see if we can do this on our first try. This is basically a pachinko game. We want to try to get the yellow things. I forget how many we have to get, like 4? 5 or so. Oh man. If you get the purple ones, that's bad. Yahoo! Yahoo! As you can see, that Yeti moves a little bit faster than the miner. I don't know why there's a Yeti here in the mining area. That seems weird. Do miners usually hang out with Yetis? Oh no. No, 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 no. Oh, come on. Come on, donkey. Help me out, donkey. Yes? Almost. Almost got a good donkey there. Come on. I think I've got it now. No. No! No! Oh, I almost had it. I almost had it. That's tough luck. Yeah, you can shoot like 500 things at once. See if that works. Kind of worked. Let's do it again. Oh, no. Oh, that feels like it just canceled out the lead I had. Feels like it's unfair. That snake one is really easy to get because it's right in the middle. Whereas it's easy to miss the donkey and it's easy to miss the good ones because they're far away. And there we go. That's also game over. No. I will win this. Maybe just hold it down and let go. No! Oh, come on! Like, why doesn't it give the exact same thing every single time? It's just sort of bouncy and random. Oh well. I know there's a lot of people that love these types of games, but they're just not my friends. The games are not my friends. Not to say those people aren't my friends. I need like 1 or 2 more, I feel. I lost. Yeah. Yeehaw! Ow, come on! I feel like that's cheating when the game just gives you a good one and then a bad one immediately afterwards. I don't know, did the people who, like, made this game, were they just super good at this challenge? And they had no problems winning? Because I am. Yes! I'm having a lot of trouble with this. Come on, donkey! I don't know. Do you think I've won? Eh, it looks like I could probably use just one more hit. Oh, come on! If you do nothing, you lose. because the enemy goes faster than you. So you can't just stay in place. What you could do is like if you get like a lead of 4, it's probably best to just stop. Let's see. Oh, almost. Yeah! So like here, I could say, hey, I've got a really great lead, maybe I'll stop and just do nothing and don't risk it. I feel like that might be a good strategy, and it might also be a scary, terrible strategy. Let's see what happens. Man, this is gonna be a close tie. Because now it looks like the enemy's gonna win. Yep, enemy won. Enemy won. If only there was a way to make sure you won every single time. There we... oh. Like, there we go, that's good. There we go. I want more of a lead than this. That will make me feel a little confident. There we go. I think that might be it. I'm feeling a little confident with this. Yeah! Yeah, you've got to be ahead by a century in order to win that particular challenge.
Hey, maybe I could use this to fish the Crypt Key out from under that grate. Looks like to get some taffy on a stick, I'm going to need 2 different tokens.
So you need to get both tokens. Fantastic. Hooray, we got the taffy on the stick, so now we can get the key to the crypt. And we need to get Charlena Purcell's autograph, which we get by leaving and going to the train. So, let's do the crypt thing first. Yeah, no victory music for winning that challenge. Hey, got the key. Beautiful. So we have some slugs here, just randomly.
PB.
And these are more color symbols. So we had AG, so PB is lead, so we're going to need to know lead. And I forget what the other ones are for.
CU.
Copper, maybe that's one for Copper Gorge. This is actually copper right here. Copper's right here.
This indentation looks familiar.
Yes, Nancy, it does look familiar. Alrighty, so where is the... What was the copper color? I've already forgotten. Let's look up here. Copper is green, red, purple, yellow, orange, blue.
What fits here?
Green, red, purple, yellow, orange, blue. Got it. That's another gemstone.
In the letter he wrote to his niece, Jake said she should go to Camille's grave and let Camille's goodness rub off on her. Rub as in rubbing, maybe? If I am supposed to make rubbings of these pillars, I'll need a pencil, which I already have, and some nice thin paper.
It's nice that Nancy already has a pencil, so we don't really have to do that puzzle. But yeah. Color puzzles are kind of hard if you're colorblind. This one, fortunately, we have all the colors of the rainbow, just in order: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. So that makes it a little easier. Let's see. So we're gonna go on the train. We're gonna see about Charlena. She's gonna demand I have a pen.
More questions?
I met a huge fan of yours in town who'd really, really like your autograph. An autographed picture would be even better.
Imagine that. Me having fans way out here in the boonies. Well, I'm sure I have a picture around here somewhere. But what I don't have is a pen. Usually I just ask my assistant for one.
I have a pencil here somewhere.
A pencil won't do, dear. It has to be ink. See if you can borrow a pen from somebody.
Ah, oh well. Well, guess who has a pen? Everybody, it's the one, the only, the super handsome man with the eyebrows, Tino Balducci himself! Who's not here, I don't think. I think he's actually gone. But, hey, John, can I play the piano yet?
No, no, no.
Why aren't you in town exploring or something?
What's up?
I really, really need a pen. Could I borrow one from you?
Sorry.
I saw a bunch of weird glowing lights outside the window of the sleeping car.
Really? Actually, I'm not surprised.
Charlena said Jake Hurley used to see them too, only he attributed them to his dead wife, Camille.
They're probably some form of piezoelectricity. See, my guess is quartz crystals in the ground are being compressed as the train passes over them, and the resultant voltage, called piezoelectricity, is manifesting itself as glowing lights, probably because of some quirk in the train's shape or in the composition of the metals used in its construction. It was custom built, remember?
That is crazy. So it's a natural phenomena.
So it's a natural phenomenon, not a ghostly one?
Take it from me. Old Mother Nature was capable of some pretty scary stuff.
I won't keep you any longer.
Take care.
Piezoelectricity is in fact a real thing. It is not something that John made up for this game. Well, consider me impressed. And apparently there's such a thing as a piezoelectric crystal. Whoa!
Well, it's the little lady detective. What do you need?
I found Lori. She was hiding in the caboose.
Oh, yeah?
She disappeared because she wanted to see who'd find her first, which is why she left that clue behind.
That slug? I mean, I knew that slug was a clue. That's why I gave it to you. I mean, I could have found Lori no sweat, but I thought, hey, why not give somebody else a shot? And you came through. Nice job.
Thank you.
But look, from now on, if you come across anything that may have something to do with Jake Hurley and his mind, let me know, okay? Just so I can, give you advice, help you sort things out. After all, the opportunity to work side by side with a world-famous police detective doesn't come along every day, you know.
How did you and Lori meet?
We met at a party in New York. Nice girl. Not a lot upstairs, but nice girl.
Did you two go out?
Nope, no, never went out. No.
Really?
Thanks for your help.
Don't mention it.
Never dated her. Nope. Definitely not. We're not, like, bitter exes or anything like that. No. Oh, I sit and cry over her every night. Why? Why won't you marry me, Lori?
Yes?
Would you happen to have a pen I could borrow?
A pen? A pen. Do I have a pen? Nope, afraid not. Sorry.
Aw.
I hear that Tino and you used to be an item.
How did you know that?
I'm a good detective, remember?
We went out a couple of times, yeah. As for why we stopped going out, you'd have to ask him.
I'll come back later.
Keep me posted.
Wow, love drama. And do I have enough of the slugs to solve the final slug puzzle? There's only one more.
I wonder if that eagle has something to do with the eagle in that painting in the dining car.
Oh, hey, Nancy just said it for us. Alrighty. No, I do not. I'm missing a slug.
Glad you dropped in. Lori told me she'd given you a letter from Jake Hurley that says how to find his mine.
I didn't mention it before because it's very bizarre.
Lori should have given that to me. I mean, I'm the trained professional around here. Let me take a look. I've seen enough. 2 words. Useless. Those are just the rantings of a guy who spent way too much of his life swirling mud around in pans under the hot sun. 5-star nut job.
You don't think there's anything helpful in there?
Nada.
Not a thing that's useful.
What do you think happened to Jake Hurley?
He probably died trying to work that mine of his all by himself. But I'll let you in on a secret. I'm onto something that could crack this case wide open.
What did you find?
Sorry, can't go into detail. Let's just say that thanks to yours truly, what happened to Jake Hurley won't be a mystery much longer.
How come you told me you and Lori never went out, and she told me you did?
Don't you ever stop asking questions?
Yeah, but I mean, I am really interested in your love life, Tino. Tell me everything, eh? A guy like you, he's gotta have 5, 6, maybe even 47 different girlfriends.
When people start answering them honestly, I do.
I dumped her, okay? I'm not proud of what I did. I'm not happy about what I did, but it's done. It's over. Now let's drop it.
If you didn't want to dump her, why did you?
You are incredibly irritating, you know that? I dumped her because people said going out with her would make me look bad. Said she was a joke, that no one took her seriously. Said if I started hanging with her, no one would take me seriously. So I stopped calling.
But you didn't stop caring.
No. Now take a powder. I don't feel like talking anymore.
But I needed to ask you about a pen.
Still don't feel like talking.
Jeez, whiny baby. Okay. Yeah, Tino definitely has 0 girlfriends. I would agree with that. He may be good looking, he may be famous, but he's got the personality of old peanut butter. And that is why poor Tino does not have that many girlfriends. So let's see, I think there's supposed to be a pipe puzzle in every single car. Is there a pipe puzzle in this car? Because I haven't seen a pipe puzzle here. Maybe there isn't.
Before you say anything, I just want to say thank you.
What?
For what?
Tino came to see me. He said you'd made him realize what a jerk he'd been for dumping me, and then he asked me out. Isn't that great? He said he doesn't care what anybody else thinks. He thinks we make the perfect couple.
Well, I can't argue with him there.
So what do you want?
We'll talk some more later.
I'll be waiting.
Yep, it's Beauty and the Brains. Of course, neither of them have much in terms of brains. But hey, they're happy, I'm happy. Because I like helping people. Helping people's what I'm all about, you know?
This is where Jake's pickaxe goes.
If I had one! Which I don't. I do not have his pickaxe. Alrighty.
I can't stay mad at a fellow detective. What do you need?
Do you by any chance have a pen I could borrow?
Why, I'm surprised at you. Don't you know that every detective should carry a pen?
Actually, I carry a pencil.
Well, as it happens, I got lots of pens. Tell you what, if you can play that Leaping Lizards game I found over there and do better than I did when I played it, which shouldn't be that hard seeing as how smart you are, I'll give you a pen. What do you say?
At least he's realized that Nancy's super smart. Yeah, thank you, sir.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, the object of the game is to get rid of as many lizards as you can by jumping them with other lizards until you can't jump anymore. Last time I played, I wound up with just 5 lizards. If you can wind up with only 4, the pen's yours.
Some people are saying, hey, Tino and Lori, their couple name would be Dumb and Dumber. That's mean. but highly accurate. So let's see if I can solve this puzzle, eh? Let's see. Ooh, You know, I'm just gonna have to abandon that one piece down in the bottom left. I don't think I can get it. Same with that piece there. We'll abandon this piece on the right. And then let's see if I could just make smart moves here with these other ones.
You lost. Guess
Oh,
you're not
come
so
on!
smart after all. Try again.
You're mean, Tino.
Well, sure.
I bet he only got, like... I don't know how well Tino did, but I bet he got a really, really low score. Because I'm not going to admit that Tino Balducci, the Tino Balducci, got a higher score than I did. Because I happen to be a world-class detective, whereas Tino is just a world-class jerk. Woo! Let's see.
I did it! I won!
Woohoo!
Talk about luck. Here's your pen.
Yay!
What else can I do for you?
It's been great talking to you.
Helping people is what I'm all about.
Tino was probably just cheating when he played by himself. He's like, oh, knocked 3 pieces down to the ground. Hey, that counts, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely what counted. Yeah. That's me, Tino, eh?
Have you found a pen so I can autograph that picture?
I got it from Tino. You can keep it. If you could have it say, to Fatima, that'd be great.
There you go.
That's a terrible signature. Doesn't even look like her name, Charlena. Where's your last name, Charlena? And why does she have those pictures?
Anything else?
Oh, at least like autograph a copy of a book or something.
I should get going.
All right, then.
I don't know. Anyway, there's Charlena. I don't know where the Hardy Boys are. They're probably in town getting some burgers.
Hey, Nancy.
Oh, speak of the devil.
There you are. We've been looking for you.
Yeah, you won't believe the lucky break we caught.
Lucky break? Hey, that was the result of good old-fashioned detective work.
It was the result of your insisting we stop for a cheeseburger.
Guys, what's going on?
Well, it turns out that a grandchild of Jake's engineer still lives around here.
What's more, he hangs out at the local diner. Comes in every day.
Apparently, he's pretty ancient.
Ah, and you found that out when you stopped there so Joe could get a hamburger.
Cheeseburger.
The thing is, the owner of the diner wouldn't agree to point the guy out unless one of us fills in for his short-order cook.
He's got to go home and wait for the cable guy or something.
And since Joe here barely knows how to boil water, guess who got the job?
Good going, Frank! You just got a job! I hope he gets paid a lot.
Way to go, Frank.
Oh, and get this. Balducci convinced Lori that Jake's mine is somewhere right here in Copper Gorge, so he, Lori, and John Gray are hiking up the mountain out there even as we speak.
Like that bumblebrain's gonna find anything.
Sounds like now might be a good time to do some serious poking around on the train.
Good thought.
Hey, I better get going. Wish me luck.
I'll go with you. You can make me a cheeseburger.
I love how we have an extreme close-up on Joe so he can say cheeseburger. Like it's the most important dramatic line of the game. Cheeseburger.
Got that autograph?
Got something better, an autographed picture.
Hot dang! She spelled my name right and everything. Go ahead, little missy. Have a go at that trunk. Whatever's inside it's all yours.
Woohoo!
This indentation looks familiar.
So, what did it say on the trunk? It said lead, right? To open the trunk, lead is the key. And then lead is red, green, blue, orange, Yellow. Purple.
Well, here's Jake's lamp. Another slug. Could come in handy. But where's his pickaxe?
Oh! Where is that pickaxe? I need it. It's super important. It's like the most important thing, and it's not even here. Fatima, you've got some explaining to do.
Welcome back.
Have you by any chance ever come across a pickaxe that had the initials JH carved into it?
Why?
Because it used to belong to Jake Hurley, and I really, really need it. I thought it would be in that old trunk, but it wasn't.
You got that trunk open? Wait till I tell Cousin Alvin. He thinks he's so smart. As for that pickaxe, so happens I got it upstairs in my kitchen. Use it to open the coconuts Aunt Lucy sends me every year from Hawaii.
Do you think I could have it?
Why, no, you can't have it. How would I open them coconuts?
Aunt Lucy goes to Hawaii every year? Wow, I am so jealous. Somebody in the chat said, no, the message was actually cheeseburgers are the key, not the pickaxe is the key. Yeah, I still think the pickaxe is very important.
Hey, I could have just gotten you Charlena's autograph, but instead I got you an autographed picture, which is way better. You owe me.
Oh, okay. I'll let you have the pickaxe. After you do something for me.
Like what?
I got a bunch of taffy over there what needs sorting. Just follow the directions that are posted by the machine. Them belts get moving pretty fast, so you gotta keep your wits about you. While you're doing that, I'll fetch that pickaxe.
You got a deal.
Oh, somebody's saying maybe Aunt Lucy lives in Hawaii, and that's why she's able to send coconuts from Hawaii every year. Okay, Aunt Lucy just sends everybody coconuts whenever it's their birthday. Sure, let's go with that.
There we go.
And it is kind of weird that Fatima has a pickaxe in her kitchen. That just seems like a strange thing to have in your kitchen.
Wax paper for the taffy. Would you mind if I took a piece of wax paper?
Guess I could let you have a piece.
That's some yummy looking taffy. Oh man, I want some now. Alright, let's get started here. With the puzzle. Okay, purple is gotta be great. Mango maybe? This looks like garbage. Green is apple. Blue, gotta be blueberry. This is garbage. Green is apple again. I can remember. Purple is grape. Oh no. They're going so quickly. I don't think I can do this. I'm fine, I've got it. Faster, faster! My fingers aren't falling off. You've got to go faster. Only 4 left. No mistakes so far. Nice. Why does the machine even make terrible taffy? That seems like a weird thing for the machine to make.
Oh, yeah.
Like, okay, we've got all these flavors and then 2 different flavors of garbage. Like, why would you want garbage taffy? That's weird.
Got that taffy sorted?
Finally. That was hard.
You sneak any freebies while you were at it?
It was pretty tempting, but nope, I sure didn't.
Well, ain't you the goody two-shoes? Truth is, wouldn't have minded too much if you had, long as you fessed up to it. Here's the pickaxe. Cracked the handle pretty bad on the last batch of coconuts. You sure you want it?
Positive.
There you go. Don't hurt yourself.
I won't. Thank you.
Excellent, excellent. And you'll notice she put the framed photo up here on the wall. She must have jumped on the counter to reach that high. That's what I'm thinking. Alrighty, so we've got the wax paper.
Hello?
Hey, it's Frank. I'm in the kitchen of the diner playing short order cook.
Has that grandchild of Jake's engineer showed up yet?
Just came in with this lady who's even older than he is. And get this, he's a retired miner, so every time I finish an order and ring the pickup bell, he thinks it's the mine shaft elevator bell. And for some reason it makes him start telling his lady friend about his grandfather.
What?
You mean you ring the bell and he starts talking about James Thurston?
Exactly. Of course, 5 seconds later, he's rambling on about something totally unrelated, but I just fill an order, ring the bell, and ding, he picks up right where he left off. That is, unless I fill the order wrong and the waitress chews me out. She's got a voice like a chainsaw. Very distracting.
Sounds like you better keep your ears open and your nose to the grindstone.
I am. Just wanted to keep you posted.
Well, good luck.
Thanks. Talk to you soon.
All right, cheeseburgers time. We need to make cheeseburgers. Onion, jalapeno. All right, onion. I think those are jalapenos. Then hot mustard, bacon, and cheese. Hot mustard. Bacon? Where's bacon? Oh, man, bacon. And cheese.
So do you know what you want to order yet, Edna?
I'm still looking.
Did I tell you that my granddad was the engineer on a private train owned by one of the richest men that ever passed through Copper Gorge? Jake Hurley was his name. Yes, sir, my granddaddy was Jake's private engineer for more than 25 years. Told my daddy that men don't come any crazier than Jake Hurley, or any nicer. Treated my granddaddy real well, and told him stuff. Real important stuff. Stuff he made my granddaddy swear to never ever forget. Stuff that my granddaddy told my daddy, and that my daddy told me. Why don't you get the egg salad, Edna? Eggs are back to being good for you, you know. Seems like just last year all those scientific types were saying your arteries would clog up if you so much as looked at an egg. But nowadays, well, all of a sudden eggs are chock full of vitamins and proteins, and eating them's not only okay, it's what they recommend. They should either make up their minds or keep their mouths shut. Make eating more pleasant, that's for sure. Yes, sir, Jake Hurley told my granddaddy things he never told another living soul. Not even his wife. I tell you about her, Edna?
I don't think so.
Camille was her name. Camille Boulet. That's French, you know. Of course, she died so young that poor Jake didn't have time to tell her anything. According to my granddaddy, one summer day she had a dizzy spell and fell and hit her head. She didn't take well to the heat, see? And sometimes in the summer, when they were going through the desert, why, that train'd be just like an oven. Anyway, Granddad said she got right up afterwards and seemed okay. But a couple hours later, Jake found her in her room, dead as a doornail. Now there's another expression that kinda makes you wonder. Dead as a doornail. How can something be dead if it was never alive to begin with? And why a doornail? Why not something else that begins with a D? Like dish rag or dust mop. Dead as a dust mop. That's kinda got a ring to it, don't you think?
All right, somebody in the chat wants to see what it sounds like when you do the wrong thing and get yelled at. It looks like this.
Whoa, 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 wrong! I'm not serving this to my customer! Come on, new guy, make me another and make it right, or else!
Hard to think, let alone talk, when Sally goes off like that.
Avocado, and then tomato and fruit jelly. What is the name of this sandwich? A Hayashi burger. Pineapple on cheeseburgers. I don't know about that. Cheese and mayo. I think that's good.
The way my granddaddy died, that was kind of strange too. I ever tell you how my granddaddy died?
No, I don't think you did.
My daddy, he came home from school one day to find a railroad official telling his mom that Granddad been found dead in Blue Moon Canyon, Nevada. He was in the engine of Jake Hurley's train, just kind of slumped over with his hands still on the throttle. The strange thing is, nobody else was on board the train, yet the door to the engine was locked and barred. It was like Granddad was trying to keep someone out, like he was running from something. Like something finally scared him so bad his heart just stopped. Of course, he was in his 60s at the time, and back then that was old. Doesn't seem so old now, does it, Edna? Here I am, pushing 93, and still spry as a spring chicken. Spring chicken! Now where do you suppose that expression came from? Why not spring goose, or summer chicken? Ah, life's just one puzzlement after another, isn't it, Edna? I ever tell you about the mine my granddaddy said Jake Hurley'd found?
He found a mine?
A couple years before he died, Granddad told my daddy that Jake found a vein in the mountains somewhere and was mining it all by himself, so no one would steal it out from under him. He wouldn't even tell Granddad where the mine was. What he'd do is have Granddad drive the train real slow so he could jump off without Granddad seeing him. Then Granddad would pick him up at a prearranged spot a few days later. Oh, they didn't call him Crazy Jake Hurley for nothing. Speaking of crazy, you see how much Abner's charging for a haircut at that shop of his now? $20! But what's even crazier is people are actually paying him that. I told him the only way I'd pay him $20 would be if I came in with hair down to my knees. He just laughed and said I was a crazy one. $20 for a haircut? What is this world coming to?
$20 for a haircut. Is that crazy times or what? I'm still making myself a cheeseburger. Let's get some bacon on there. Get some bacon on there. All right, let's get some extra cheese. And then avocado with peanut butter, and done.
But the craziest thing Jake Hurley ever did was tell Granddad the secret to finding his mine. He made him swear to tell it to my daddy and nobody else. Eventually, my daddy, he told me, and it was so bizarre that I remember it to this day, though I sure don't understand how it'd help anybody find his mine. But since my daddy didn't tell me not to tell anybody, this is what Crazy Jake Hurley told Granddad, word for word. The eye of the tiger is fixed on a star. Zircon lies in fingers that scar. Amethyst floats in a hand from the deep. Citrine is what the foul mouth shall keep. Tourmaline by a soft arm is ensnared. Peridot rests at the foot of the mare.
The eye of the tiger is fixed on a star. Zircon lies in fingers that scar. Amethyst floats in a hand from the deep. Citrine is what the foul mouth shall keep. Tourmaline by a soft arm is ensnared. Peridot rests at the foot of the mare?
Frank, are you sure that's what he said?
I'm positive.
Are you sure that's all he said?
Look, this guy was old, okay? I mean, we're talking Jurassic. And guys that old don't joke around. They don't have time to. What you just heard is what I heard, word for word.
Balducci wants me to share everything I find out about Jake Hurley with him.
I'll bet he does.
He just doesn't want you to show him up again.
Yeah, he wants you to do all the legwork so at the last minute, bam, he can swoop in and grab all the credit.
I wouldn't tell him a thing, Nance.
Unless it's to get lost.
See you soon.
You know where to find us.
Yeah, it's pretty good that they're able to remember that really, really long clue. I would not remember it. Alright, we got the Taffy stuff, so we're going to solve the Taffy puzzle right now. The Taffy wax paper. Where is my pencil? Here. Nancy needs to make a rubbing on all four corners. I wonder why she has to do all four corners separately. Does each corner have a different thing on it? Or... yeah. If each corner has a different thing on it, how does she know what part of the paper to make a tracing on? Let's see. Like, this kind of has letters on it, right? So maybe it's going to be bottom left here. Maybe that's where Nancy's going with this. In which case, yeah, it does look like all these corners have, like, something else to do rubbings on. Alright, we got it. I figured it out.
Wisdom, charity, purity, eternity.
So we have those four symbols. They match perfectly with things in the train. So we're going to go to the train. And then we're going to put those symbols inside, right here. So, each one of those words goes with a number. It is 7963.
More pipes. Why am I not surprised?
because you've been paying attention so far, Nancy. That's why you're not surprised. Alrighty, let's see if I can get this.
That should do it.
Beautiful. Yeah, so, like, those 4 directions... Oh, I guess it doesn't... It doesn't show those 4 directions anymore, but it's 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. Each of those words accounts... It matches with the number inside the book in John's room. Let's see if John is gone, finally. Yes, he's finally gone. So that was this book, I think. Eternity, we've got Fidelity, Eternity, and such. Alright. Maybe we have to match that also with these symbols, too. It's a lot of work for that puzzle, dude. Anyway, Camp Down Races. So, G, G, E, G, A, G, E, E, D, F, E, D, C.
A spyglass. I'll bet it's the one I need for Jake's projector.
Next, we are going to... That was the wrong direction. We're going to walk in the wrong direction. What we're going to do is solve another... We're going to unlock the eagle thing. Right here. So the eagle... 10 and 6 on one. And 1, 2, 8 and 7 on the other. Got it. So that just opened the eagle thing in the dining compartment. And we're gonna use the axe over here.
Oh no. What I need is some duct tape. How can I repair this?
Oh, not my pickaxe. Pickaxe is really important. You're making me sad, Nancy. Why are you failing the pickaxe challenge? Alright, let's see what John's up to. Well, John has the solution. He has duct tape, but it looks like he's not here right now. So I guess we can leave and come back? And by leave and come back, I mean, like, leave the train and come back. Eagle here.
And naturally, we have still more pipes.
Woo! More pipes. It's Pipalicious. Yeah, I think I've got it. Really, yeah.
There, that looks right.
So that should get all the pipes. All the pipes should be done now, and so we can turn on this thing.
Looks like some sort of steam valve. Sounds like steam from the engine is moving through those pipes now.
And now we get the engine pipes. Yep. And somebody said we forgot to get the jewel from Tino's room. That's right. So let's go to Tino's room, steal that gem. Now that Tino's gone. Alright. Let's solve this puzzle. So, we need to solve... What is it? Okay. Zircon sits on the star, or the hand from the deep... that really long thing that the engineer's grandson said. That's this puzzle. So, yellow over here. That's not it. That's orange. Where's our yellow gem? I'm trying to find it. Here it is. I think we found all the gems. purple goes on the hand from the deep. And then on the eagle's mouth gets orange. Watermelon is the tentacle. And then the horse's foot is green.
Whoa, looks like I did something right.
Fantastic. We did it correct. And now where does the... this thing go? Lamp? One of these things has the... One thing has the spyglass. And then the other thing... Okay, here we go. Need to spin that up first.
This goes here.
The spyglass and the lamp.
Okay, looks like that goes there.
Excellent. Excellent.
How can I repair this?
And I still wish Nancy could just push this down without the duct tape. That feels like something she should be able to do. Arr. Okay, so tiger is fixed on a star. That would be the star fish. Fingers that scar. Hand from the deep. Foul mouth will keep. Soft arm is ensnared. Foot of the mirror. That's the clue for that puzzle with the gems. Okay, does that make sense? We just need to mix them all together.
What's up?
Would you by any chance have any duct tape?
Got some right there in my gearbox. That's the good news. The bad news is, I can't open the box. It's an antique lockbox that I found in this abandoned monastery I scoped out on my show last year. You can open it with either the key, which I just discovered I forgot to bring with me, or the combination, which you're supposed to be able to figure out just by looking at the box. Fortunately, I didn't put anything critical in there. I've never tried to open it without the key, but if you want that duct tape, go ahead and give it a shot.
Thanks, I think I will.
If you get it open, the duct tape's all yours.
There's an image on each of those buttons. They tell a story, maybe? I bet the animals should start from the left shore.
Left shore. Okay, so that makes number 1 easy. Then it's gonna be this. Then we're leaving the cat. Then we're grabbing the wolf. We're grabbing the wolf. We're leaving the wolf. We are going to take the peacock back. I guess you don't want the peacock with the cat, because the cat's gonna eat the peacock. And then we have the peacock with the wolf. Neither of those creatures are gonna eat each other. Finally, we bring the cat over. The cat was over there. And now we have all 3 animals on the right-hand side. Does that make sense? Or was I going way too fast? Alrighty. We did it. We did it. Hooray.
What's up?
I hear Tino took you and Lori for a little hike today.
Don't remind me. Turns out Tino had no idea where he was going. Good thing for him, my fingers were frozen stiff. Otherwise, I would have strangled him.
I'll let you get back to work.
Goodbye.
Somehow I'm not surprised that Tino had no idea where he was going or what he was doing. Anyway, let's call Nancy's friends, Bess and George. I went out the wrong way again? Jeez, really? Because I feel like we are, I feel like we're pretty close to the end of the game. So let's call Bess and George. They're the only people we can call. Like, we could call home, but we just get the answering machine.
This is the Drew residence. Please leave a message at the beep.
I don't need to talk to anyone at home.
Hello?
Hi, Bess.
Hey, Nance. Listen, I'm dying to know. What's it like to finally work with Frank and Joe Hardy? Oh, Bess, you're incorrigible. Hey, if you don't want to hear, just go over there and don't listen. She's listening. So what's it like?
Well, Frank is serious and methodical, while Joe is kind of happy-go-lucky and impulsive.
They're not trying to boss you around and be all manly all the time?
No, not at all. They're great.
George has a thing for Frank. Well, you like Joe. But the real question here is, which one does Nancy like? Ooh, yeah. Which one do you like?
This is a good question. Do we like Frank? Do we like Joe? Or does Nancy prefer her boyfriend, Ned? Well, let's see. I think I'm gonna go with Frank.
I kind of like Frank.
I knew it! You're just as big a sucker for those boyish good looks of his as I am.
You're not going to say anything to him, are you?
Me? My lips are sealed. The way they were when I told you that I liked that boy who works at the snack shop, that was different. How was it different? I was younger then and had less self-control. It was last week, Bess. Right. Don't worry, Nance. If she starts to say anything to Frank, I'll just stomp on her foot. Ow! Hey, what'd you do that for? Just practicing.
Yeah, so Bess and, you know what? I'm gonna end the phone call here.
I better go.
We'll be right here.
Bess and Nancy totally agree that Frank is hottie material. Let's use the duct tape here.
There, good as new. Sorta.
So the reason why the pickaxe is useful is it tells us how many of the puzzles we still have to do. All 6 of the puzzles? Oh! I'm missing one!
Darn, I must be missing something.
What is the one puzzle I'm missing, Nancy? Oh, I forgot to put carbide inside the lamp. That's an easy fix.
There's still water in it, which means it must be out of carbide. There, it should work now.
Wow, I feel silly for that. But yeah, kind of ended that phone conversation. Sorry, but we're here.
And we have liftoff.
This is so cool! Woo!
That's where Jake's mine is. Brimstone Canyon.
Don't you look all excited. What's up?
I think I know where Jake's mine is. Tell the engineer to head for a place in Nevada called Brimstone Canyon.
Way to go! I knew you could do it, Francie.
Not Francie, Nancy.
Here's the deal. When we get there, I'm going to make sure that you get to be the first one to check out the mine. I'll call everyone together in the dining car, and while we're in there, you slip off the train. Will 10 minutes be enough of a head start?
It'd be great, but you don't have to be that nice.
You don't have to give me a head start.
Think of it as your reward. Of course, anything you find in the mine is, well, mine. So if I find out that you've taken something without telling me, let's just say things could get ugly.
Ew, that's a threat.
I wouldn't get your hopes up too high. The mine might be totally worthless, you know.
I know, but I have the feeling that thanks to you, we are about to discover something huge. Great job, Amy.
Thank you.
My name doesn't sound anything like Amy, seriously. Nancy should get revenge by pretending not to remember Lori's name. Just call her Jody and Jory.
Sounds like the train's leaving. Where's it going? Well, Frank and Joe will make sure it comes back for me. I hope.
And then just throw in a name which sounds nothing like Lori, like Philomena or something. Wonder if Lori went into town, got to meet Fatima. Did she get Taffy? What would Lori think of the Taffy? She probably didn't have any. Okay, we solved this puzzle.
Whoa!
That is a question. Why does she think she owns whatever's in the mine? Like, her dad bought the train.
Right. This is the entrance to Jake's mine.
I don't think her dad bought
what's
the
going
mine,
on here?
right?
Jake's color wheel seems to be pointing toward purple. Wow,
This color.
glowing lizards. Cool, but weird.
So we want to follow the colors in this maze. So purple, and then red, yellow, and then purple again. I am still wondering how that thing works. Like, are these real lizards? Are they magnet lizards? Have these lizards been here for dozens of years? And we have symbols on some of these boards. Like, there's a symbol there. It's, we're gonna need to know that. We're gonna need to know that. Orange, orange, and then red. Red again. Yellow. I need green. Some purple. And yellow.
Uh-oh. There's some kind of chamber on the other side of those poles. But if I move the wrong one, the ceiling will collapse. Jake was too meticulous not to have left a clue somewhere as to how you're supposed to move them.
And then the final one was right here. It's
Wonder
this
what
J
that's
symbol.
doing there. I wonder if it has something to do with that symbol I saw before.
All right, so we need to press all the symbols in the correct order. This one.
I've seen that symbol before. Okay, so far so good.
This one. Then the rocking horse. Then the one on the far right. Oh, this one. And finally the J symbol.
I should be able to get through there now.
Cool.
Jake Hurley, I presume?
Ew, he's dead. I mean, I knew he was dead because he died in like the, what, 100 years ago. But it's still creepy.
Camille. It figures he'd be carrying a picture of her. There's something underneath it. Looks like a letter. April 14th, 1865.
This is a letter. This is a letter from President Abraham Lincoln.
Your humble friend, Abe. Oh my gosh. This is from Abraham Lincoln. And April 14th is the day he was assassinated. This letter must be worth a fortune.
That's just what I thought, too. See, what I didn't tell you when I gave you that letter Jake wrote to Ruth is that I also found his diary, which is how I found out he'd gotten to be friends with President Lincoln, and that he'd gotten a letter from Abe that he knew would be so valuable someday that he always kept it on his person. Can I have it?
Sure.
See, I knew if we could just find Jake's body, we'd find the letter. And you did it, Amy. You did it. I'm going to be famous. Good famous for once.
So you never really cared about finding Jake's mine?
Nah. I mean, it would have been nice if it was filled with gold and silver and stuff, but this is what I was really after.
And you followed me because you didn't trust me?
I trusted you to find it. I just didn't trust you to give it to me. And now that you have, you know, I'd really, really be famous if I could say I found this all by myself. But even if I got you to lie for me, how do I know you'd keep lying?
Dun dun dun.
Oh my gosh. What if there was like this cave-in and we were trapped, but I was the only one who made it out?
Excuse me?
Oh my gosh! That way I could not only say that I found the letter, but that I tried to save you. Only you did something stupid, and it was all I could do to save myself. Oh my gosh! I'd make the national news for sure, and people would say I was smart and resourceful and courageous even.
Lori, you can't be serious. That's crazy.
You don't understand. People are finally going to respect me. I have to do this. Sorry.
Lori!
opening's blocked. I'm trapped. It'll take forever to dig through those rocks. There's gotta be another way out of here.
Yeah, this ending's really cool, but it is really kind of a weird surprise. It's like a letter from Abraham Lincoln. I wasn't expecting that to be the grand treasure. I thought we were going to have a famous gold mine. That's what I thought. And then Lori just kind of jumps like, hey, I'm going to be famous for finding a historical artifact. But I'd be even more famous if I committed murder to do it. Like, no, Lori, you're going to be bad famous. Lori's definitely not smart enough to get away with murder. Even if she managed to murder Nancy, the Hardy Boys would find Nancy. And this is a really cool endgame challenge. It's like a roller coaster. It's a minecart challenge. We need to avoid the death. You can see those death signs. So you want to click right or left to avoid the death sign. We had to click right 3 times. The next 2 times we have to click left to avoid the death signs. If you don't click in time, you will crash. And we're done. That's it. That's what we do. Woohoo! Nancy Drew's Fun Minecart Challenge!
Lori, are you all right?
Nancy, is everything okay?
It is now.
As soon as we discovered you and Lori weren't on the train, we jumped off and hightailed it back here.
What the heck's going on?
I'm sure Lori will be glad to tell you all about it.
Darn you, Natalie!
It's Nancy. Dear Hannah, some hostess Lori Gerard turned out to be. When her father heard that she'd tried to seal me up in that mine, he canceled all her credit cards and said that from now on, Lori'll have to support herself. She has yet to stop crying. Tino Balducci told reporters that he knew what Lori was up to all along, and said he let Frank, Joe, and me solve the case so we amateurs could enjoy his limelight. Joe was just about to belt him when a big argument broke out between John Gray and Charlena over whether John had really recorded Camille's ghost. She started calling him a crackpot, and then he started calling her a hack. Then, well, let's just say that soon the press was no longer interested in what Tino had to say. As for Jake Hurley, it turns out that his letter from Abe Lincoln is worth a small fortune. Pretty ironic, huh? Jake spent his whole life searching for gold, when all along he possessed something far more valuable. His uncanny knack for making friends. Love, Nancy.
Yes, the true treasure is the friends we made along the way. And I am a happy wanderer. I went everywhere in the game. Hooray!
Have you ever been to Paris, France? Well, preparez-vous, because that's where my next mystery adventure takes place. I'm going to be the assistant to Minette, a famous fashion designer. I'll be working undercover to find out why she's been acting so peculiar lately, throwing tantrums, firing people. She's even started wearing a mask for no apparent reason. Her studio is in this spooky-looking centuries-old moulin. That's French for windmill. Of course, that doesn't have anything to do with her strange behavior. Or does it? One way to find out. Help me solve my next case. Danger by design. À la prochaine.
It is weird to think that Lori pretty much got away with attempted murder. Like, okay, now she has to get a job or convince her dad to go back on his promise. So, yeah. She definitely, yeah. Lori definitely got off easy there. And then what happened to everybody else? They just got into a big fight and nobody cared about Tino. Wow, okay, so that's what happens to everyone else. So is Tino still going to be dating Lori after this, or is that the end of their relationship? Is Charlena Purcell going to write a romance novel about Tino and Lori? Maybe? Maybe not. Yeah, Lori falls right into the mud wearing her expensive clothes. I'm sure that bothered her a lot more than losing fame and fortune, because she's still going to be in the tabloids no matter what, I'm sure. I do like it. They're playing this exciting chase music right now. Dun 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 dun. Tino and Lori would probably show up on a reality TV show. Yes, that's right. Maybe Tino went back home, added a few pens to his pen collection. Tried taking that Leaping Lizards game with him, but could not because he couldn't solve the puzzle with just one lizard left. That just completely confused him. Would be crazy if Lori Gerard did meet Brady Armstrong. The two of them would probably be a good couple. They probably like each other an awful lot. Yeah. Alright, that is the end of Nancy Drew, Last Train to Blue Moon Canyon. Thanks for watching, everybody.